Welcome to Module 1. In this module, you will learn about licensing requirements, suspensions, and revocations. Licensing requirements. To drive legally in Illinois, you must have one of the following: a valid Illinois driver's license, a temporary visitor's driver's license, a probationary license, a restricted driving permit, a monitoring device driving permit. Here are some examples of Illinois driver's licenses and ID cards. Under 21 driver's license and under 21 ID card. Driver's license over 21. Regular ID over 21, under 21. Temporary visitor driver's license, TVDL. An instruction permit. To obtain an instruction permit, you must be at least 15 years old, visit a Secretary of State facility, present all required identification documents. You may click the plus button to see the full list of required documents. To obtain a driver's permit, you must be at least 16 years old, pay all the required fees, hold an in-state driver's permit or any other state's driver's license, and pass a road or practical exam. Surrender all out-of-state licenses, out-of-state ID cards, and out-of-state instruction permits. Please click your age range. To obtain a driver's license, you must be at least 16 years old, pay all the required fees, hold an in-state driver's permit or any other state's driver's license, and pass a road or practical exam. Surrender all out-of-state licenses, out-of-state ID cards, and out-of-state instruction permits. Please click your age range to review requirement. In order to take the road test, you must have a properly licensed and insured vehicle that matches the type of license classification you are seeking. It must comply with the Secretary of State's vehicle standards, which means every part necessary to ensure safe driving must function. This list includes, but is not limited to, the brake pedal, the emergency brake, the speedometer, seat belts, headlights, brake lights, tail lights, reverse lights, license plate light, turn signals, windshield wipers, the horn, the rear view mirror, the muffler. Proof of current insurance is also required for the road test. Both the front and rear license plates must be secured to the car and must display a valid registration sticker. If the car is registered in another state, it must meet the registration requirements of that state. Driver's licenses are classified by the gross vehicle weight rating, or GVWR, of your vehicle. In Illinois, you may not drive a motor vehicle, even briefly, unless you have a valid driver's license specified for that class of vehicle. The license classification for all motor vehicles is as follows. Class D. This is the standard, most common driver's license. It allows the driver to operate any motor vehicle with a GVWR of 16,000 pounds or less, such as a car, pickup truck, SUV, or van. Class C. This license allows the driver to operate any motor vehicle with a GVWR up to 26,000 pounds. Class A and B, also known as a CDL license. These licenses allow the driver to operate any motor vehicle with a GVWR of 26,001 pounds or more. They are also known as CDL licenses. Class L. This license allows the driver to operate any motor-driven cycle with an engine up to 150 cc. Class M. This license allows the driver to operate motorcycles or any other motor-driven cycle. Suspensions. Now let's talk about license suspension. Suspension is the temporary loss of driving privileges. You may regain your driving privileges once the term of your suspension has ended and you have paid the required reinstatement fee. Depending upon the violation, there may be additional requirements of Illinois law which you must meet before your license is reinstated. Offenses for which your driver's license may be suspended include, but are not limited to, drug or alcohol test failure, A drug or alcohol test failure occurs when chemical testing following a DUI or driving under the influence arrest reveals a BAC of 0.08% or more, a THC level of either 5 nanograms or more per milliliter of whole blood, or 10 nanograms or more per milliliter of other bodily substance, or any trace of a controlled substance or intoxicating compound. Drug or alcohol test refusal. A drug or alcohol test refusal occurs when you refuse to undergo any testing for drugs or alcohol after being arrested for DUI. School bus violations. A school bus violation occurs when you fail to stop for a school bus that is picking up or dropping off children, or failure to pay 5 or more moving violation tickets for not yielding to a stopped school bus. These moving violation tickets may be issued in person by an officer who observes the violation, or will be mailed to you if the violations are recorded by a traffic camera. Multiple traffic violations. Your license may be suspended if you receive 3 traffic violation convictions during a 12-month period, or 2 traffic violations in a 24-month period if you are under the age of 21. Zero tolerance violation. A zero tolerance violation occurs when an alcohol violation is committed by a person under the age of 21. Complete information regarding suspension can be found in the Illinois State Driver's License Manual, which you can access by clicking the plus button. Revocations. Now let's go to license revocation. Revocation is the indefinite withdrawal of driving privileges by the Secretary of State's office. To regain your driving privileges, you may be eligible to reapply for a license after a minimum of 1 year, unless otherwise noted. The Secretary of State will immediately revoke the driving privileges of someone convicted of a moving violation that caused a collision that resulted in the death of another person. Other offenses for which your driver's license may be revoked include, but are not limited to, the following: drag racing or street racing. Drag racing is taking part in a race with another vehicle or vehicles on public roads. It is considered reckless driving and is a moving violation. DUI. DUI stands for driving under the influence. It may refer to alcohol, marijuana, or other drugs and/or intoxicating compounds. Aggravated DUI. There are several situations that fall under the category of aggravated DUI. You can be charged with aggravated DUI if you have a DUI and do not hold a valid driver's license or permit or proper vehicle insurance. If you have a DUI while driving a school bus with children on board or operating a vehicle for hire, such as a limousine or a rideshare. If you have a DUI and are involved in an accident that results in injury or death. If you receive a DUI after a previous history of reckless homicide or aggravated DUI involving a death. If you receive a third or subsequent DUI. Aggravated reckless driving. This means driving resulting in great bodily harm, permanent disability, or disfigurement to another person. Leaving the scene. It is against the law to leave the scene of a collision that has resulted in injuries to or the death of any person. That would be all for Module 1. Test your understanding by clicking and answering the questions below. Module 1 is complete. Please click on Mark as Completed button to finalize and proceed to Module 2 by clicking Next Lesson.